So a while ago, not too long ago, but a while ago, people often assumed friendships were kind of lifelong, and you just kind of collected this ever-expanding list of friends until you die. However, relatively recently, people have started to buck that trend, realizing that sometimes the friends you meet in middle school aren't going to quite follow the same pathway as you're living. And that's going to kind of either separate you naturally, or you're going to have different values in life, or you're going to have different ideas about life. And sometimes those friends suddenly have some sort of conflict, or maybe even toxicity in your life. And then it's time to pare them down. So this article kind of goes into that mindset of people thinking that maybe instead of having this large quantity of friends, maybe we need a more higher quality of friends. But that goes into ending friendships. And there is our article, Finite Friendships, meaning an end to the friendship. And then how do you break up with your friend? Breaking up with a boyfriend, girlfriend, you can just, it's often terrible, but there's like an expectation that there could be a breakup. And when it does happen, it's just a thing that often happens, right? It's not like, oh, what is breakup, you know?
With a friend?
But with a friend. People are like, wait, you broke up with your friend? What does that mean? That's the weird part. But it's becoming something people do. They think, you know, this friend is not quite productive, or maybe they're being a stalker type person, and it needs to end. So how? Do you just walk up to your friend and say, hey, I don't like you anymore. This isn't working out. We need to stop. Just like you would with a romantic relationship. Or do you kind of ghost them slowly over time? The article doesn't come with any sort of guideline or answer, but it does come with possibilities of being maybe a little honest with them, saying, hey, this is where I am, where are you? And maybe it can be a mutual breakup at that point. But would that work in every case? That was also another question. But yeah, these days, quality over quantity is kind of the trend in friendships. It's a trend that I followed from the beginning. But we can maybe talk a little bit about that in the discussion part.
Yes.
Speaking of discussion, though, let's jump into it. What do you think is the best way to break up with a friend without hurting their feelings?
Gosh, I don't think there is such thing as a best way. It's like, how do you break up with your boyfriend? What's the best way? It really depends on the individual. I think also to end a friendship and expect it to not be painful is unrealistic.
Correct.
I think even for you, like when I was saying goodbye to like those couple of lovely Russian girls that I kind of had to let go because I'd met them through a boyfriend, and I was hurt and I was sad when I had to say goodbye to them. But it was a conversation, you know, and maybe they were hurt too, you know. Maybe they were like, oh, why couldn't she make the effort? But I didn't go into that thinking it wasn't going to be painful. I was like, look, but it needs to happen, you know. Eventually, maybe even if it's not today, they will see the logic, they will see the good intentions and the good results, hopefully. So yeah, I would say don't just focus on not hurting people's feelings, because I think ending relationships is going to hurt people's feelings. Go in with the mindset that you want to make it just gentle and honest, and focus on the practical reasons why this is good for both parties.
Exactly, yeah. And if they're hurt and you're hurt, that's natural. I remember there's this guy that asked me, they said, please, can you text me at least within 24 hours when I text you? That's not me. I just can't do it. I will forget to text back. I don't know if I have any issues with my brain with focus, but I do know myself enough to know that's never going to happen. So I plainly told him, I was like, I don't think that's something I can do. There's going to be times where I don't text back, and that was the end. And it, kind of hurt, because I was like, why would it be such a big issue? But I just have to understand some people need something, and I can't give that. So done.
Boundaries. I can't believe I never learned that word.
Yes.
I think I could have saved a few friendships that have gone wrong in the past if I'd and relationships, if I'd learned the word boundaries and that it was okay to set limits. And this is what I can do and this is what I can't do. And changed my life when I found out about that.
Yeah, it's very healthy. In fact, that should be a vocabulary down below. It's not, but that definitely learn boundaries. That's a big word.
Let's see, which one can we skip? Okay, forget about the one that says, that's bring to a close. Like, end. There you go, skip that, just say end. And instead, insert the word boundaries. Or to set a boundary.
Yes, that's a great one to know, actually. I like that a lot. The article did mention age as a factor in ending friendships. Do you think one's age does affect how we see or make or end friendships?
I think usually when we get older, we're clearer on what our boundaries are, what we like, what we don't like, what we need, what we don't need in our lives. So it makes us just a bit more focused. I think we pare down and reduce a lot of things, not just friendships, but hobbies. Like I can't do 10 hobbies, I have to pick my favorite, and I can't have 100 friends. I need to pick a few favorites that I really enjoy my time with and focus on them.
Yeah.
I can't have 100 dogs or cats.
But
I need to focus on the ones I've already got.
Man, my whole dream as a kid was having a zoo in my room. Well, anyways, we'll leave it on that. And please go down to that vocabulary list. Take away that bring to a close. It just means to end. And put in that to set a boundary, or the word noun boundaries, because that is a great one to know as well. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Intricate.
Intricate.
Transience.
Transience.
Divergence.
Divergence.
Inclination.
Inclination.
Candid.
Candid.